My family calls me Loza. Then my brother's friends used to call me Nomalawan. Yeah. I mean, it was because of my hair. So I have this, I used to call it Blendian. I have this, you know, black Indian hair. It really doesn't matter. But they always thought, you know, I have colored hair and I had long hair. Like I'd be walking down the street, abantu bazongiqhaqa. It's like, zinwele zakho. And it's strange because now I have a fro and it's not that huge, but it's still the same thing. Is it your hair? Can I touch it? So yeah, I think it was because of the hair.
I have no nickname. Oh yeah, I used to have a nickname a long time ago. One of my uncles, I suppose, my father's cousin, used to call me Noma Digaza. But nobody knows that now. And he was the only one who used that.
My grandmother calls me Baepi. Don't know where it comes from. And there's also Nebster. Don't know where it comes. Oh, Buhle gave me that name. Nebster? Nebs. No? Okay.
The only other one, which you guys all know, is one my uncle calls me, which is Fatties and Monies. It's the only other one you guys don't know. But that's like when we're bonding. Oh, Fatties and Monies. I'm like, how are you doing? Yeah. I call all my uncles It's just like this thing I do. I don't know why I go into Afrikaans when I'm with my family. It's just, yeah.
As a woman in South Africa, I feel inspired. I feel like now is the time for us to really take, you know, roles of leadership and really be the ones who are in, you know, the foreground of all different aspects, whether it be creative, financial, business, lawyers, anything. Now is the time for women to really take control and take charge.
I feel sad most of the time because women are going through a lot. And sometimes I just feel like I don't know what to do in order to contribute to a solution. So I feel sad.
Scared. At the same time, I feel I have the opportunities, the tools, but I feel vulnerable. I feel very scared, yeah.
As a woman in South Africa, I feel unsafe, but determined.
I feel we don't push enough to get what we want. As a woman in South Africa, I feel that opportunities are there, but we doubt ourselves. I feel that the stage is there. It just needs you to get onto it and perform. I feel as a woman in South Africa, I need to take what's mine and do something. Yeah.
What's keeping me alive? You always ask these intense questions. Oh, that I feel like I haven't actually done all the things that I wanted to do. There's still so much that I aspire to become, that what's keeping me alive is that I visualize myself as that person. I don't know what she looks like, what she walks like, talks like, wears, and things like that. Like I've got visuals of it kind of, but that keeps me alive because I'm just like, I still haven't become that girl. Whenever I visualize, remember MTV Cribs? Like, welcome to my house. Like, you know, those are people who had made it and stuff like that. So I'm not there. I'm still sleeping in a house that gets leaks in the fucking ceilings and shit. And like cockroaches are still plaguing my house. I don't think that when I'm a multi-millionaire, those are gonna be the issues that I'm waking up to. So yeah, pretty much.
Oxygen. I'm joking. What's keeping me alive? Knowing that there's something to fight for. Yeah.
Interest. Being interested in life, my own and the life around me, the life of human beings, those I know and those I do not know, the life of living things, animals and plants, the universe, the generosity of the universe, that through its bounty we live. I live because I'm interested in that. Sometimes because I'm interested, it saddens me that we take the universe, we take the environment so much for granted, and we abuse it, thrash it.
Quite frankly, I think most days it's just like wanting to see the day the next day. And then my sister, like she's gonna be 10 in September. So I think, like, you know, I really want to do special things for her in like the world and in life. Influence her, you know, in like dress sense maybe, because I didn't have any at her age, but like yabo manje. Get on. Yeah, I just, you know, leave some things for her, see her grow. Yeah, my brother, I think he's got it down packed, like he's fine. But I worry about her more than anything.
My career, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, waking up every day to know that you're doing something that you love. It's keeping me alive.
My hunger to change the world, and I know that sounds superficial and cliched, but there's a lot of scary things happening that we become desensitized to, because if you don't, then you're sad all the time. But what keeps me alive is the hope that one day it won't be like this anymore. One day our working and activisming will reach a point where we get along. Call-out culture should become call-in culture, where we just, you know, bring each other in and talk to one another and have conversations instead of having an echo chamber of wokeness. I think that keeps me alive. I think ideas will come to fruition one day.
I'll know that I've made it. You know, you asked me this question last year, and I think I had a real answer, but now I feel like I don't actually know when I'll know when I've made it, because I always want more. I feel like the more you grow, the more you change, and you don't want the same things. And I feel like once you get what you want something else. So you kind of will never make it.
So you got what you want, girl?
No, I haven't. I'm never gonna make it because I'm always gonna change my mind.
I feel very fortunate that I've had moments in my life where I feel like I've made it. But I would like to I'd like them to be more frequent and closer together and not kind of spaced out across sometimes years. But I think when I just want more moments of feeling really proud of the work that I collaborate on and that I produce, yeah.
When I live in a loft apartment in New York City, looking down on Times Square, geez. I think when I have traveled the world and I also do not have a routine and office hours, any office hours, I would have known I've made it, and working remotely from wherever I am, yeah, doing what I love.
I haven't made it. I'm striving towards trying to make it. It's been a long, long journey, and along the journey, I've achieved so many things. But I think I will have made it if I personally find funds and a piece of land to build a theatre in one of the townships. It doesn't matter where, because yes, the theatres that are available are not available to everyone, because some people have to come to the theatre. The first thing is there's no money to get there. If I get a taxi fare for 2 days, then the other 3 days I can't make it. So if one could make it in terms of finding that piece of land and finding people to chip in and build, not necessarily a huge theatre, but a space for preparation, then I would have made it.
Freelancing is hard as fuck. Like, sometimes I'm dry as fuck. there's nothing in the bank account. But then I think when you sort of realize what you want to do with whatever, be it photography or music, you need to position yourself where you can be seen by those individuals, and also creating your own. I feel like there's this notion of, if I'm a freelancer, people must find me. But if like, for instance, I'm trying to get into the habit of sharing my photographs more on social, so that people know that I actually do this thing, and not just speak about it when people are like, hey, Andy, you do photography, but it's my responsibility to make sure that I'm on top of people's minds, people's tongues, so that people can approach me. It's hard, yeah. Some months are dry, but I think it's just a matter of like, one, positioning themselves, and also like creating overwork, and also not just like limiting yourself to Hlambi. If you do photography, lend yourself like to as Tandy as well. That comes like with some sort of income.
I mean, I don't really think colored identities are silenced. I think that there is one narrative right now and a single story, and that's what I'm worried about, because I don't want the single story to be Khatful, and I don't want the single story to be that colored people are Khoi and Cape Malay. There are lots of different types of narratives, lots of different types of complexities and identities. And yeah, I just want to make sure that the ones that aren't being represented are being represented, because yeah, for us to start with unpacking in our own community, we also need to show that, there are different people in this community that believe completely different things from you and come from a completely different place.
If I could start my life all over again, I would plan my children. They wouldn't be oops children. Oops, I'm pregnant. Oops, no. I would plan my children, and maybe I would start the way I advise people now, or when I'm in discussion with young people, I would follow the example of the birds. First build my nest before I lay my eggs. I would start by having the infrastructure, preparing very well for my children, so that their lives would be better organized from the point of view of, stability, where they live, where they go to school, what they eat, what they are exposed to. I would have children when I could take them on holidays once upon a time. That kind of, I would have an easy life having children.
I think us as like Africans, we need to stay woke, because I feel like there's a thin line between us being the new thing, and new thing as in like a trend, as opposed to, while this is still happening, are we getting our money right? Are we, I think there's certain things that we need to get checked, right, as for ourselves, like make sure that these industries are owned by us, make sure that it actually benefits us, because this is like, as progressive as it is, it's still within the realm of like what's this thing, appropriation of this like neo-colonialism that comes through when they're saying we're giving them jobs now, we're showing them in Vogue, and it's all of these things that you as an African child who's never thought it was possible to be in Vogue, you get taken. Now you're like saying I'm a Vogue published girl, and then you didn't get money for it, girl. Like, you don't own anything, you don't own rights to your paintings, to this, to that. And so, yeah, it's exciting, it's also scary. And so, whilst all of this is happening, I'm like, for my own and for people around me and for blacks, I really think a thing that we need to do is secure the base. Like, we really need to secure the base, because this might be a trend. Like in the 70s, this was a trend. People were taking, blacks were everywhere, magazines, everywhere. Then it ended. And did we own the industries? No. Did we take our money? No. And then it went back. White was a new thing, And so, while it's still lit, I feel like secure the bag, own our industries. By the time it rotates, we're like, fuck you, bitch, we own everything, That's all. That's it for me. Like, I want production companies by black people. I want media companies by black people. I want the whole thing. You want to come to Africa, come through. You're paying all of us, you know. You're paying all of us, and you're paying us at the rate that you would pay Americans. We're giving you we're giving you something, and we're gonna give it to you in euros, bitch. Like, you're gonna come through. We're not gonna give you a rand rate. We're gonna give you euros, because that's also another thing. They come here because everything is cheap. We're a third world country. Everything is cheap. So you come and you say, oh, Africa is a new thing, but you paid your stylist 2.5 and you paid your model like less than 5,000 rand. And this thing is touring the world, going into galleries. You're making more money than all of us. That's done. Like, we need to wrap that shit up. It's done. This one makes me angry. I don't know why you asked me, because now I'm like, what? It's fine. It's okay.